I have so much cool stuff I want to show you. NAB 2019 was in Las Vegas, and it's basically Mecca for video guys. So many tech companies were there. And if I had to guess, over 100,000 attendees joined. And I've never been to Vegas before, so it's bound to be chaotic. So if you're ready to go, let's get started because I have so many cool things I want to show you, but I'm gonna save probably my two favorite things for last. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Did you sleep well? Well, I sure didn't. Holy shit. There's a painting over there. So, yeah, let's go over here. These hooligans just didn't stop making noise last night. Oh my gosh. I had earplugs on with active noise reduction headphones on top of them, and I was running the air conditioner. Oh my gosh, it was still so noisy. I mean, they were having a good time. That's great, but holy shit, it was hard to sleep. And here's a fun thing. Check it out. The hotel actually provided earplugs. Holy shit, guys. Right when I saw those on the nightstand, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be a great night of sleep. The plan for today is to hit up the Las Vegas Convention Center to go to NAB. And the exhibiting doesn't really start yet. I'm going there initially for classes and sessions, but all the tech companies that I'm gonna meet and see, that's coming a little bit later when the exhibitor floor opens up, but there's bound to be over 100,000 people here, so it's gonna be a packed time, and I'll document it as much as I can as I go. So after that beautifully peaceful night of sleep, my video posse arrived at the Las Vegas Convention Center and we went to go register, which was super painless. You can just print your badge right there. No lines, no fuss. But again, we were there early. So we had some downtime, we hit up the gift shop. I saw this awesome slate clock. I was tempted to buy it, but I didn't. So I started with a class that was about editing and also doing sound mixing in Adobe Premiere, and Premiere kept crashing. Wow, newsflash. It's funny because like many classes actually joked about how unstable Adobe Premiere is, so I guess I'm not the only one that's been having problems or the Krazy Ken curse with it recently. Or maybe I brought the Krazy Ken curse to the convention center, which isn't out of the realm of probability. So the first day was pretty easy. I took a lot of notes, I learned a lot of stuff, then I went gaga over the giant Blackmagic signage on the exterior. Oh man, so hot. We head back to the hotel, get ready for the night, and brace for more cacophony-infused slumber.
Live music wasn't even bad. It was at 2:30 in the morning.
Meanwhile, I try to pass the time with some Wi-Fi. And right, let's take a look at our network options. We have Oasis free Wi-Fi, which downloads at speeds of 1 kilobit per hour. Laser, I guess, something Axhole Corporation, very nice. Downtown Grand Wi-Fi, I just died in your arms. Not sure if that's tragic or romantic. Micros Wireless, my personal favorite. Tasty Toast, Taylor, and Taylor's less important guest. And some Zappos things. So yes, lots of great networks all over the area. And yes, when the hotel Wi-Fi wasn't working so well, I tried connecting to Zappos, which was kind of a lost cause, but it was hilarious because their Wi-Fi, like, captive window was named Wii-Fi, so I guess that made up for it. No, not really. Well, unlike last night, tonight seems to be a little bit calmer, but I wouldn't be surprised if the calmness doesn't last for very long. Yeah, you stack those Jenga blocks, guy. Actually, that looks pretty fun. Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. Now we just got to see them remove the blocks. That's the fun part. Yeah, hopefully I can get a little more sleep tonight. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's just a little noisy. Honestly, this is about a third as loud as it was a little while ago. Well, by a while ago, I mean last night. And these walls are thinner than a MacBook Air. Well, hey, back to the earplugs. So the next day, we catch an Uber ride. Very nice Ubers in Vegas, by the way. A lot of interior luxuries and gadgets hooked up in the car. A lot of cool stuff. And a lot of the drivers were hilarious. Like, oh my gosh, more on that later. So I go to take a class on Adobe Premiere Rush. Kind of a newer application. But since that was a last-minute change of plans, I didn't have the software installed on my Mac, and there was no way in Dell I was going to be able to install it on the convention center Wi-Fi. So the instructor generously gave me her iPhone XS Max to experiment with the software. Like, holy shit, like, she was very trusting, and I'm grateful for that. Just giving someone their phone. Okay, cool. You do you. It was a good class. Then I saw more people complain about Adobe Premiere, and a class ran a survey about platform usage. I was happy to see there was that one Windows 8 user. You, sir, have balls. Well done. Then, I had an experience I've been waiting for a long time. Strip club! No, I meant In-N-Out Burger. I mix them up sometimes. I don't spend a lot of time on the West Coast, so I finally made it out there, and I finally went there, and man, it was delicious. I loved it, but, you know, many locals that I talked to about it didn't go gaga over it, but hey, it's all about perspective, right? So now, shit gets real. The show floor opens up. So immediately, I make a beeline for the Blackmagic booth. As you probably know, I love their stuff, and I use them, like, I use their products all the time. And the cool thing was they had sets put together so you can test the cameras in kind of like a quasi TV studio setup environment. It was pretty cool. And it was amazing to see their Cintel film scanner in person. Like, I have no use for it, but it's really pretty. I kind of want one. It would make a beautiful $30,000 wall decoration. I will be accepting donations. Speaking of Blackmagic, I didn't bring my Blackmagic rig to do the filming because I wanted to travel lighter, so I stuck with my Canon 7D Mark II, and dang, guys, the video quality is horrible compared to the Ursa Mini, so that was kind of a trade-off, but I needed a lighter rig, so I needed to travel light. Sorry, Blackmagic. Maybe I'll get a pocket cinema one day. Just haven't thrown the money at it so far. So then I accidentally left my camera rolling and filmed the floor for a bit, and that was very artistic. And then I saw the Ursa Mini Pro G2 in person, which was amazing. Now I have a question for you. Do you like the color purple? And I hope you freaking do, because we're going to the Avid booth, and there's gonna be a lot of gosh darn purple. I got to see John Ottman show off Bohemian Rhapsody in the Media Composer timeline, which was really sweet, because it's an awesome behind the scenes look at how that film was put together. This must have been a growing trend because a lot of booths were showing augmented reality and like motion tracking in 3D sets with cranes and jibs and cameras and stuff like that. Avid had one. There were like 2 other companies I remember seeing having one. So yeah, it's a growing thing. And it looks like Avid was showing off their 3D sets in Epic's Unreal Engine, so it's cool to see Unreal being used in other applications. Adobe had a pretty aesthetically pleasing booth. Got to see some presenters show off new features because Adobe just released a Creative Cloud update before NAB. That was good thinking, Adobe, good thinking. Swung by the vMix booth. It's a software I use regularly for live camera switching and encoding, and I don't know why, but I guess Banana Joe is their new mascot now? I'm just confused. Anyway, Sonnet. I wanted to stop by these guys for a bit because I've thought about getting a new Mac Mini, but my main beef is that there's no discrete graphics in the Mac Mini. But I know Sonnet has made Thunderbolt expansion chassis for a while, so I wanted to test them out. I was testing out the Breakaway Puck, which has its own GPU built in. The Final Cut Pro playback during the demo seemed really smooth with it enabled, but then when I asked them if they could turn it off to do a comparison and then turn it back on, the whole GUI started lagging. Like the whole desktop started lagging, even window dragging. So was it a bad demo unit? Or is that just how shitty eGPUs are? Honestly, I still can't trust them. Now, if you've used an eGPU before, please let me know about your experience because I want to invest in them. Unless Apple's modular Mac Pro really kicks butt, then I may shovel money into that. And speaking of the Mac Pro, I looked at their rack mount solution for that machine. Yeah, that's probably soon gonna be outdated, but hey, it's good for now since, you know, it's been over 5 years since Apple updated their Mac Pro. And again, speaking of Mac Pro, I'm positive that Asus took a little page out of Apple's design book when making this thing. Now we come to the Whisper Room and Vocal Booth. Yeah, I mean, if you need to do sound recording in a room that is not acoustically treated, one of these products is for you. Holy crap. Okay, so I just stepped inside one of the Whisper Room products. This is the version with the double wall isolation. And there's like a huge crowd out here, and it's like dead quiet in here. It's like really dead in here. That is amazing. All right, we're gonna head in this vocal booth, which is kind of like the Whisper Room, but a different brand. Listen to the noise. Pretty darn quiet. Not as quiet as the other one. Yeah, I can't.
To me, this sounds a little quieter.
No, it does sound quieter. I can't hear the floor at all.
Wow, slick,
Yeah.
man.
That is
But
quiet.
This is expensive.
This one's yeah.
It's huge.
There we go. Yeah, it's still a little noisy compared to the other vocal booth one, but different price. Oh, an announcement. 30 minutes. Okay. The Combine Overwatch has made her announcement. So, yeah, this is a really quiet one, too. Nice blue mics. So after that, we head out for a bit, enjoy some of the nightlife in Vegas, and then head back to the hotel. Holy shit, biscuits, guys. That was an insane first day. Yes, the other 2 days were part of the pre-show. This was actually day one, and it was insane. Well, Blackmagic bag, because I can. Blackmagic is my bitch. So, I figured I'd go by and take some NAB Blackmagic memorabilia or antiques. Not antiques, souvenirs. What am I smoking? Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to get some official stuff from the Blackmagic booth, just to say I did. But yeah, oh my gosh, the Uber ride back, just insane. I was with some other people, and like, oh my gosh, somehow strip clubs came up in the conversation, and even the Uber driver was trying to convince me to go to a strip club. Like, what? He even addressed me by name. Oh my gosh. Oh, Vegas, I don't know. I kind of like my lair better, 10 stories underground. I never thought I'd say that, but compared to Vegas, that lair is paradise. That Uber driver even said, oh, you a virgin? Yeah, okay. Am I giving off stronger virgin vibes than normal, or does he just have a really strong virgin radar? I don't know. I don't know how he picked up on that. That was actually very impressive. Strip club's great. Well, needless to say, I didn't go. Even though they were very convincing. That was probably the most hilarious Uber experience I've ever had. Oh my gosh, it was great, but it's probably a good thing we didn't show too much of that on the Tucker video log, because we might lose what little bit of our somewhat family-friendly rating we have left. So what's going to be in the next couple of days, I don't know, but oh my gosh, buckle your face. Oh dear. Chameleons! That's what's in store for today. It was actually a booth to demonstrate remote cameras, but chameleons. Also, before I continue, I wanted to say thank you to the folks that recommended I visit certain booths. So I know Microsoft had a booth there, Samsung had some big beautiful screens to look at, including a clip-on space-saving display. I think it was called the Space Monitor. Sharp had some big screens. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce these guys, I'm sorry. Eizo? I'm sorry, I have no idea. They had some pretty wicked color monitors. I don't know how to pronounce their name, but they made some cool stuff. And since I use these guys all the time, I just had to check them out. Apparently they have like a black RAID array chassis now. It's kind of hot. As you may know, I like black, so good job, Lassie. Very pretty. I'm stuck with a boring old silver one. Guess I gotta upgrade to a black one. And I had to check out Cinema 4D in action, especially with Maxon's recent Redshift acquisition. Now, I don't use Cinema 4D, but I wanted to see how fast the Redshift engine is. I'm seeing all this cool stuff, and keep in mind, I'm in the smaller halls. Yeah, there's all this cool shit going on, and I'm in the smaller one. I haven't even gone to Central Hall yet. There was a lot of broadcast cameras, lots of lighting booths, a ginormous crane attached to a Lamborghini, and another camera attached to a Lamborghini. A lot of Lamborghinis. A lot of cool camera rigs. And Aperture got shut down when he was trying to do a speech at his booth. Oops.
To the 30 and 50-foot workhorses, to this crane right here, which is 75 feet.
It happens to the best of us. Sorry. I also got to touch an Alexa rig, and it had a cine zoom lens on it. Man, if I had to guess, I'm not an expert, but that rig was probably at least $150,000. Pocket change. And I had to swing by Mole Richardson. I love the design of their light fixtures, especially the vintage ones. Just so many cool cameras and gadgets and accessories, just so much cool stuff. But man, my favorite parts are yet to come. But for now, let's take a break. So as the posse decides to head out for a bit, I actually see a guy get cuffed by the convention center security. They didn't look like police officers, they looked like security guards. But like, I'm going to the door, right outside the window of the door, I see this guy getting like tackled and cuffed, and I'm like, holy shit, what is going on? So I didn't film it because I didn't think it'd be right to film it, but I'm sure that commotion got people talking.
I'm sure someone's gonna... Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone's gonna tweet about it or something. I was tempted to film it, but then I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you should have, Ken.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Oh, don't worry about it. Enough people did.
I was going to say enough people
Yeah, that would
probably
have been
did.
great for your NAB.
Beer went flying, sunglasses went flying, phone went flying.
You know, people ask me all the time about security in Vegas. I say, you don't see them, but they're here.
Oh, yeah.
They'll swarm. when,
Yeah, I guess.
you know,
Yeah, so he was drinking something, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he was probably drunk.
All right, back at it. So our hotel was actually near the gold and silver pawn shop from Pawn Star. So we swung by there. That was fun. Cool to see it in person. And then we hit up Fremont. And then I, being the delicate teetotal that I am, called it a night. Yes, it is a wonderful 74 degrees and sunny, and it was windy as shit last night. That's a pretty view. Well, we are 3 curtains into this trip. They just keep falling. Today is my last day of NAB. I have some sessions I'm going to go to, and then I'm going to try to hit the floor more because there's a lot I have not seen yet. There's so much cool stuff there. That's another goal for today. Hopefully it all works. All right, let's go. There's a certain odor to it. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like marijuana and shampoo. I don't know, that's probably a very bad description, but just imagine that if you will. The food here is pretty good though. That makes up for it. The next booth that I stopped at was My Case Builder, and shit was that cool.
And in the next step, you just tell it the dimensions, length left to right, how deep it is, and it creates that custom cutout exactly for your gear.
That is crazy.
Also saw a Surface Studio in person. Man, that thing is slick. It's just such a big screen and it's so slim. Oh, and then I saw X-Rite. And the funny thing is, I was already planning on buying one of their products, so I figured I'd take advantage of their show special. Their color checker will help me balance color in my videos, so I thought, why not? So I talked to an imposter, Ken. Yeah, that's him over there. Yeah, his name was actually Ken. He was really nice. He hooked me up with one. Thanks, Ken. The world needs more Kens. Or maybe they have too many. I'm not really sure. So now, after days of seeing many cool gadgets and cameras, it was time to leave the show floor and go to my final session. And the instructor for this final session was hilarious and super knowledgeable. And the best part was, I was able to summon my Krazy Ken reverse curse solar beam and help him with the computer problem.
Still doesn't work. Thank you very much. Never mind, we will watch this like, we will watch it like this. Till the end. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and open it. Command or Control Shift F11. Right, let me, I don't want you to stare at this. I'm going to try to close and reopen this project. Oh my God. I want to show you a tip, and now I'm stuck with this. I'm sure that if I'm going to quit Premiere, it will leave us, but let's see. It's still set to true. Okay.
Ooh. Try playing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That felt great. What a way to end the sessions. Now, I didn't forget, I still wanted to show you my favorite part, which was this pigeon. Like, he just infiltrated the fortress and acted like he owned the joint. Like, nice job, pigeon. Good for you. All right, I'm kidding. There were 2 booths in particular that really captivated me. And the first one was this girl with fluffy leg warmers, demonstrating the load-bearing capacity of this slider. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done joking. I'll talk about the real favorite booths now. But I swear, this girl, she just wandered out of like an anime convention or something. This is the Laowa. Okay, I really don't know. I think it means frog or something. It's Chinese. The Laowa probe. It's a 24mm macro lens, and it's freaking awesome. You can get super close to your subjects, and it has a ring light built in. And honestly, I'd love to use this for vintage Apple Vault. Imagine being able to get extreme close-up shots of intricate details on computers, printed circuit boards, motherboards, capacitors, just those small things you can barely see, but if you zoom in close enough, you can see them really big. And your motherboard would look like a city. You know, you can get so close to it. I really want to rent one of these lenses and try it out for vintage Apple Vault, so I'm super excited about that. And if I get my hands on it soon, I'll test it out in a future tech video log with you guys. But I'm not done yet. I saved the best for last. VER. They had displays set up around a Mini Cooper, so you could drive the strip, without green screen keying and compositing. Like, it was all done practically with these bright, high-definition displays. The reflections in the windshield added to the effect, and like, you could have just reflections in your sunglasses even. Like, that was the cherry on top. All practical. All with high-def screens. No compositing. So driving a virtual Las Vegas Strip, plus that last breakout session where I summoned the reverse curse solar beam, man, those two things were just a killer way to end my first ever NAB experience. And if you have gone, I want to know your own stories and experiences. I love hearing them. Well, it's weird. That was the last session, the last day. That was a great way to end. That was a really fun class. But yeah, the weird thing is you get here and there's like all these things that drive you crazy, like the music pumping and, you know, the bar area kind of smelling like marijuana and shampoo. But then it's almost like at the end of it all, you kind of start missing it, even though it annoyed you at the beginning. Ah, who am I kidding? No, I'm not gonna miss this place. I want to go back home. I mean, I might miss part of it, but oh man, back to the lair, back to the nice cozy 10-story underground lair. That will be much better. Catch the crazy and pass it on.